Have you always felt different? Since childhood, something within you has always whispered that this world is not as it seems. While others conform to routine and follow predictable patterns, you have always questioned. You've always felt that there is something more, something hidden, something that only those who awaken can see. But what if this feeling is not a coincidence? What if in reality you are a chosen one? The universe never operates by chance. Every event, every encounter, every moment of synchronicity is part of a greater design, one that only a few can perceive. The hidden mechanisms of the cosmos are constantly at play, weaving destinies, shaping paths, and whispering to those who are ready to listen. The chosen ones are not mere spectators in this grand design. They are participants drawn into a dance of fate where each decision, each realization brings them closer to their true purpose. While others move through life unaware of these unseen forces, the chosen feel their influence, guiding them, testing them, preparing them for what lies beyond the veil of the ordinary. But how do you know if you are one of them? How do you differentiate a mere passing thought from a real summons to something greater? The first sign is discomfort, the sensation of not fully belonging to this world. You feel displaced, as if something is waiting for you, something that has not yet been revealed. The second sign is the recurrence of events that defy logic. Coincidences that become too frequent, numbers that repeat in your life, dreams that seem more real than reality itself. You begin to notice patterns in the world around you, small details that others overlook. Conversations, symbols, or moments of synchronicity start aligning in ways that feel too precise to be random. It is as if an unseen force is nudging you toward a realization, a hidden truth that lies just beyond the veil of ordinary perception. The call of the chosen ones is not a gift, but a burden, one that demands strength, resilience, and an unshakable will to uncover the hidden truths of existence. The truth is not kind, the journey is not easy, but those who dare to cross the veil of illusion will never be the same again. The question now is, are you ready to embrace your destiny? If this journey speaks to you, let your voice be heard in the comments below. Your path is just beginning. The call, the first signs of awakening. Many go through life ignoring the signs. But those who are destined to awaken realize that something has always been there, whispering in the spaces between existence. The call is not a grand and sudden event. It manifests subtly, growing within the mind and spirit like an echo that intensifies each day. Perhaps you have felt this in moments of deep solitude, where an inexplicable emptiness consumes your thoughts. Or maybe you have experienced a strange sense of déjà vu, as if you had already lived certain situations before, as if your soul already knew something that your mind has yet to comprehend. Lucid dreams, enigmatic messages, and even seemingly casual encounters may be signs that the call is manifesting. The universe does not speak directly. It whispers through patterns, symbols, and coincidences that only those who are awake can perceive. If you have begun to notice these patterns, repeated numbers, phrases appearing at key moments, events that seem orchestrated to lead you to a new path, then it is likely that the call is echoing for you. You may also feel an unexplained urgency, as if something is pulling you toward knowledge that others dismiss as irrelevant. This knowledge may appear in ancient texts, encrypted messages within dreams, or in the teachings of those who have walked this path before you. Books, people, or messages seem to find their way to you at precisely the right time. The more you seek, the more you realize that reality is far more complex than what most believe. The question remains, will you follow the signs, or will you turn away? But hearing the call is only the first step. Many feel its presence, but few have the courage to follow it. The truth is a heavy burden, and not everyone is ready to carry its weight. The first trials, the weight of awakening. The moment you recognize the call, your life begins to change. The world around you seems different, not because it has changed, but because your perception has expanded. You start to see beyond the illusions, beyond the distractions carefully placed to keep you asleep. And then the trials begin. These trials are not always physical. In fact, they are often battles within the mind and soul. Doubt creeps in. Fear whispers that you should turn back. Those around you may not understand what you're going through, and some may even distance themselves. The loneliness of awakening is one of the first and hardest tests to endure. Can you continue even when the world tells you to stop? But there is more. Challenges will arise that seem almost designed to break you. Unexpected losses, betrayals from those you trusted, and obstacles that seem insurmountable. This is not a coincidence. The path of the chosen is not meant to be easy. Every hardship is a refinement, a purification, a way to forge you into something stronger, something ready for the knowledge and power that lie ahead. You begin to understand that every struggle is a lesson, a necessary step in breaking free from the illusions that once bound you. The pain, though overwhelming, is not without purpose. It reshapes you, strips away what no longer serves you, and leaves behind something raw, something real, something powerful. Some will falter, some will choose to close their eyes and return to the comfort of ignorance, seeking refuge in the familiar world they once knew. But ignorance, once shattered, is never truly whole again. Deep inside, they will always know there is something more. But those who persist, those who push through the pain and the uncertainty, will begin to see the truth unfolding before them. And in that truth, they will find their strength, the choice, and the inner conflict. With trials come revelations, and with revelations come decisions. The chosen one is not merely called, they are tested, pushed to the limits of their understanding, forced to confront their own fears and desires. And at the heart of this journey lies the greatest question of all: what will you become? The burden of choice is overwhelming. To walk the path of truth means embracing an existence where comfort is replaced with knowledge, and ignorance is no longer an option. But with each step forward, the chosen one grows stronger, more attuned to the forces that shape their reality. And in the depths of that struggle, they will find clarity, the realization that the only way forward is through. Now, the question remains: what will you do with what you have learned? Will you step forward, or will you turn away? The choice is yours, and the journey has only just begun. The resistance, those who awaken and fight back. Not everyone remains asleep. Throughout history, there have been those who have seen beyond the illusion, those who refused to be controlled, who dared to challenge the system. These individuals, often dismissed as radicals, heretics, or visionaries, have always shared one common trait: they saw the truth and chose to act. The world has always tried to erase them. Socrates was sentenced to death for corrupting the minds of the youth. Galileo was silenced for revealing the true nature of the cosmos. Mystics, philosophers, and revolutionaries have been ridiculed, exiled, and even killed for daring to speak what others feared to acknowledge. But despite the attempts to erase them, their voices still echo through time. They were part of the resistance, those who saw through the veil and refused to look away. But resistance is not just about rebellion. It is about awakening others. The greatest weapon of those who have broken free is not anger nor destruction, but knowledge. The moment one person awakens, they become a beacon for others. They plant seeds of doubt in the minds of those still asleep, urging them to question, to think, to open their eyes. And that is what the system fears the most: an awakening too powerful to contain. You may think that you are alone in this journey, but you are not. There are others like you, searching, questioning, waiting to connect. The resistance is not an organization nor a movement. It is a state of mind. It is the realization that you do not have to accept the world as it is. It is the courage to seek the truth, no matter how uncomfortable it may be. And now you have a choice. You can let this knowledge fade, returning to the comfort of the familiar. Or you can embrace it, step forward, and become part of something greater. The question is no longer what is real, but what will you do now that you know? The choice is yours now. Now that the truth has been laid before you, there is no escaping it. You have seen the patterns, recognized the distractions, and felt the weight of the illusion that has surrounded you since birth. The question is no longer whether the world is controlled. It is whether you are willing to free yourself from that control. Many will hear these words and dismiss them, retreating back into the comfort of the illusion. They will convince themselves that everything is as it should be, that questioning is dangerous, that ignorance is peace. But you are different. You would not be here if something inside you wasn't already waking up. You feel it, don't you? That quiet whisper urging you to look deeper, to see what others refuse to see. This path is not easy. Awakening is not a moment. It is a process, one that will test you, challenge you, and, at times, even break you. There will be days when you wish you could go back, when the burden of knowing feels too heavy to bear. But deep down, you already understand one undeniable truth. Once you awaken, you can never truly go back to sleep. So now, the choice is yours. You can continue living as you always have, ignoring the signs, pretending that none of this matters, or you can take the first step into the unknown, into a world that few dare to explore. The truth will not beg for your attention. It will simply wait for you to be ready. If you are ready to embrace this journey, if you refuse to be controlled any longer, then let your voice be heard. Leave a comment below. Say, "I am awake," and let others know that they are not alone. Your awakening begins now. The only question is, will you answer the call?